Remember Charles Dickens' beloved book, A Christmas Carol? The story takes place on Christmas Eve in London in the early 1800s. Ebenezer Scrooge was oblivious to the fact that he was on a terribly wrong path, one marked by bitterness and greed. Bah humbug indeed. And it took some pretty traumatizing visits from his ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future to get him to see the light and change his ways before it was too late. Now, I'm not at all suggesting you're Ebenezer Scrooge. I definitely don't want you to experience any paranormal trauma, and it doesn't need to be Christmas for you to take part in this. I do, however, want you to have an opportunity for introspection similar to Ebenezer's, a chance to take a closer look at your past, present, and future, so you too can decide if there are changes you could make in your life now to help you on your path as you move ahead. To do this, you'll just need a quiet, comfortable space free from interruptions and a journal or something to write on and with. If you really want to immerse yourself in the spirit of Dickens' novel, wait until a rainy or snowy eve, brew a proper pot or cup of tea, set out some British biscuits or scones, play some classical music, and light a candle or two to channel the energy of merry old England and the holidays. The First Ghost, Jacob Marley. Dickens' story began with a visit from the ghost of Scrooge's old business partner, Jacob Marley. In life, Marley was just as stingy as Scrooge, and his spirit is chained to the greedy deeds he committed. His spirit regrets those deeds, but it's too late for him, and he's there to warn Ebenezer that if he doesn't change, Scrooge's chains in the afterlife will be even heavier than Marley's. To begin this exercise, you'll spend a few moments imagining a visit from your own Jacob Marley. You'll reflect on any negative aspects of your life which you feel need to change. What if the negative thing you want to address happens to be an immovable circumstance that can't be transformed? Then consider how you might be able to change your perception, your attitude, or your way of thinking about it. Once you've chosen an issue to work on, you can write it down in your journal. The Spirit of Christmas Present. Now, the ghost of Christmas Present was a huge apparition of generosity and abundance, and took Ebenezer high into the clouds to give him a look at life taking place in that Christmas Eve moment. The ghost focused on heartwarming scenes with Scrooge's family and employees, scenes of happiness and gratitude that were unfolding despite Scrooge's stinginess, ignorance, and wanting. This included revealing that Tiny Tim, the son of Scrooge's main employee, Bob Cratchit, was very sick because the Cratchits didn't have enough money for medicine. Scrooge had no idea how his acts could possibly affect others until the ghost showed him those scenes. For you will begin in the same way, by taking a close look at where you are right now and a brief peek into whether your actions could be affecting those around you. For this part, think again about that element from the Jacob Marley visit that you want and need to change. Then reflect on these 5 questions and write down your answers for each. Question 1. What impact is the negative issue having on your life? Question 2. What negative thoughts and emotions do you experience because of that issue? Question 3. What impact might the issue have on other people's lives, either directly or indirectly? Question 4. If this issue is allowed to continue in your life, what are some possible negative impacts or regrets that could possibly take place in the future? Question number 5. If you don't take any action, will you like where this issue will eventually lead you? Once you've written down your answers, thank yourself and your spirit of Christmas present. because it's time to move on to the spirits of Christmas past and Christmas yet to be. The spirit of Christmas past. In A Christmas Carol, the spirit of Christmas past took Scrooge backward in time to the events that led to the way he lived in the present. Our spirit of Christmas past is a bit different. It's you, your childhood self to be more exact, and they're going to help you see more clearly as to what changes you can make to help ensure you walk the path of your highest good. For your next step, again, be sure you're in a safe, quiet, comfortable place and close your eyes. Imagine yourself as you were when you were a small child, in a place where you were the happiest and most content, at a time when you felt like you were on top of the world. It doesn't need to be an entire period in your childhood. It can be just a single event or one memorable moment that carries the thoughts and feelings of childhood happiness and contentment with it. When you locate that place and time in your mind, keep your eyes closed and visualize your childhood self in that space. Reflect for a few moments about what you were like as that child. Then visualize your adult self there too. Now, imagine your childhood self running toward you and greeting you with excitement and a huge leaping embrace of joy and unconditional love. Picture and feel that embrace and note in your mind any thoughts or feelings that surface as a result. Next, ask yourself these questions about yourself as that child, and as you receive each of the answers, write them down. Question number 1. What brought you happiness during that time? Question number 2. What did you absolutely adore about life back then? Question number 3. What brought you comfort, stability, and contentment? Once you've answered those questions and brought in some of the energy of your happiest childhood self, visualize yourself gently looking your childhood self in the eyes and ask them this question. I need your help with a challenge in my life. Tell me, what should we do, child? Be patient in your mind and allow yourself to feel the question and allow the time to find the words to speak to you. Children know far more than we could ever imagine or give them credit for. They're still in their innocence, and their soul's knowings haven't yet been layered with the veils of illusions that adulthood can often bring. When they finally begin to speak with you, listen closely to the answers. Write them all down, even the ones that you think are childish or silly or not mature enough. When you reflect on them, try to do so without your adult biases, without any rough or cynical calluses, without the weight of years in the world clouding your lightness of being. You may be surprised at how childlike simplicity can cut through even the most complex situations and help you move back into the flow in the direction that resonates with your spirit and soul. Keep asking the question, what should we do, child, until you receive no more answers. When you think you're finished, thank them and say goodbye for now. You can then move on to the future and a visit to your spirit of yet to be. The spirit of Christmas yet to be. In A Christmas Carol, Scrooge begged the final ghost to tell him whether he was seeing his definite future or only a possible future, one that could be changed if Scrooge changed his ways in his present life. The ghost refused to tell him and instead showed Scrooge what was to be if he remained on his current path. When Scrooge awoke, he realized that what he had witnessed was just one possible version and that he still had a chance to alter that destiny. This is similar to the point of view we're going to take as you visit your spirit of yet to be. We don't know for certain exactly how our actions or inactions will affect our future path. We can only do our best as we continuously strive to choose the next right thing, the next right action. Keep that in mind as we now take you to meet your future self. This future self is the wise, sage, elder version of you, the one who has experienced, learned, and grown through 100 years of earth life. This future you knows and lives their truth. They're wise and calm. Their energy is positive, and their connection to the universe is strong, as is their awareness of their interconnectedness with all things. In this future, you are the embodiment of living your very best life. For this next part, again, make sure your space is safe, quiet, and comfortable. Close your eyes and travel in your mind to the place and time where you hope your future self will exist. Picture them there and picture your present self there as well. When you greet your future elder self, see the twinkle in their eye and their delight at being together with you. Your wise elder self radiates with a vibrant glow and smiles contently and peacefully. Visualize embracing each other and feel the compassion and unconditional love your future self has for you. Now, ask yourself these questions about your future elder self, and as you receive each of the answers, write them down. Question number 1. Why is this future me so happy? Question number 2. What does this future me love about life? Question number 3. What brings this future me joy and contentment? Once you've answered those questions and brought in some of the energy of your most content future self, think about the Jacob Marley issue. Then visualize yourself asking your future self this question. I need your help with a challenge in my life. Tell me, wise one, what should we do? As you did with your childhood self, give your elder self time. Let them speak to you, whether you like what they have to say or not. No matter how simple or challenging each piece of advice you receive is, because your future self knows. They know better than anyone because they have already lived it. They know what they did. They know how each choice turned out. They know how they handled it, and they know what they would do differently if they had to do it all over again. Write down the answers in your journal and keep asking the question, tell me, wise one, what should we do? Until you receive no more answers. When you think you're finished, thank them. Before you move back to the present, take a deep breath and a few moments to reflect on the gifts of illumination you've been given from your spirits of the past, present, and future. Return to Christmas present. When Ebenezer Scrooge woke from his night with the ghosts, he was ecstatic. Right away, he began making his changes, mending his ways, and setting into motion new plans for how to do the right things in his life and the lives of others. This is now your task as well. Go back through your notes, and from them and from your time with your spirits, decide what you need to do to move ahead on the path to your highest good. Set a primary goal and then list all the things you need to do to reach it. Assign dates to those action items and plan out a new calendar with those steps and that timeline so you can stay on track. If you can, let a trusted, mighty companion know what you're doing and ask them if they can check on your progress and serve as support and encouragement. Who knows, your success may inspire them to take part in the Dickens Challenge too. Your spirits at your service. When all was said and done, Ebenezer Scrooge recognized that being forced to reflect on his past, present, and future had been instrumental in changing his destiny for the better. And we too can take important lessons from Scrooge's Christmas Eve awakening. First, as you take part in life and its challenges, know that you are never alone in finding your path. With any difficulties you encounter, with any decision where the direction is not clear, you can always consult with your past and future selves to help advise and guide your present self. After all, those versions of you have a deeply vested interest in the success of your work. And what if you get to that point and you find that you just aren't interested in or motivated to do it for yourself? Then perhaps you'll consider doing it for your childhood self or your elder self instead. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to protect your childhood self, to prevent them from going through unnecessary challenges, to be able to look them in the eyes and tell them you'll do your best not to let anything happen to them, to help them grow up to live their childhood dreams and the beautiful life they deserve? And wouldn't it be fulfilling to give your sage, calm, 100-year young elder self the promise that you will do everything within every fiber of your being to make sure they have the fulfilling, healthy, meaningful life that they know is possible, the one they want and deserve to be living? As you move ahead through life, you can use this exercise at any time to help provide the clarity and guidance you want and need to get yourself looking in the direction you wish to be. The answers are already all within you. You just need to step outside of your present-day mindset and self-imposed limitations and consult with the ones who know you best. It's in their highest good for you to live your best life. Who else has that kind of unconditional love for you and that deep vested interest in the outcomes of your choices and decisions? Trust their wisdom and counsel. Like Ebenezer Scrooge, your past, present, and future selves are all counting on you. And just like Mr. Scrooge, you can wake up to realize it's not a dream, that you can change your future, and you can begin now.
Merry Christmas to all the world. Happy New Year to everyone. God bless us all. God bless us everyone.